chef's kiss. Hey loves. So I'm back with another video. Oh, and why do I feel like I never really say my name in my videos? My name is Zoe. You know, it's lame. I got a 3-letter name. It's not the vibes. But anyway, today we are doing so I'm going to be giving you book recommendations, but in like a story time. If you like catch the gist, I'm just going to be acting like I'm telling a story, but I'm gonna be giving you the recs on them, and there's no specific category of recommendations that I'm giving you. They're what? Rom-com, spicy, love, straight love. You know, different categories. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And there will be a video posted next week. I'm pretty confident because I'm going to film it this week, but that's only if I look good in the angles, because I might not. So yeah, but yeah, let's get started. Okay, so tell me why I'm looking for a place to live, right? That place to live seems to be my brother's house as of right now, which is in San Diego. And I'm not really thrilled about the whole moving part, but it's kind of needed because I need a place to live and my job's out there, you know, everything's going together. So first I arrive at the apartment, and you know, it's nice size, it's a nice apartment, it looks nice on the outside, and I don't really know much about it. I just know my brother seems to tell me a couple things about his friends, this and that, the other, but not too much. So I get in the elevator to go up to the room. Maybe it's like what, 18, 21, I don't know the exact floor, but there is a lot of floors. This is a huge apartment. And on my way up, they have an elevator dude, which this one was an old man, and he was a sweetheart off the bat. His name is Cap, and he was sitting next to me, and he was just talking. We were talking about birthmarks, we were talking about everything. Mind you, this was the first 5 minutes I even walked in the building. And now I'm having this strange conversation with an old man. And we start talking about why I moved here, who I'm living with, and stuff like that. And he's just kind of throwing out a little bit of subliminals, but we don't really pay much attention to it until we come to a stop midway. And someone gets on the elevator because I realize I'm not at my floor yet, or soon to be floor. Yeah. And somebody comes in and he automatically gives me F-boy vibes. Stay away, stay away. And I knew because he started flirting with me. He started flirting with me hardcore, asking where I was from, do I live here, blah, blah, blah. And then I look at his finger and there's a wedding ring on Mr. F-boy's finger. And I'm trying to give him the hint, don't talk to me, I don't want to be bothered by you, especially you're a married man. Feel bad for your wife. And so I just kind of push that aside. I'm like, okay, whatever. Second bad interaction here. And so I just wait for him to get off the elevator, and we continue to my floor. And soon as I walk out, I say bye to Cap and I walk onto the floor, and I'm looking at the doors trying to see which room number is mine. And the number in my head that I think it is, there's a passed out man on the floor. And I'm just praying to whatever God there is. This can't be Corbin's room. This cannot be my brother's room. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? This is a bad start already. And I'm like, I'm pretty confident it is. I recheck and everything. It's the room. It's the room I'm supposed to be at. And I just the dude on the floor. I'm like, hey, can I get in there? I live here. And you can easily tell he was a little intoxicated, and was not budging at all. And he was, honestly, when he did budge, he kind of gave me attitude, a lot of attitude, and was just kind of being like real rude about it, saying I didn't live there, blah, blah, blah. And he was calling me names. He was calling me another female's name. Maybe he got me confused. Maybe he was so drunk that I didn't know what he was. So honestly, at this point, I'm like, what's going on? Like, who does Corbin associate himself with? Because this is nuts, right? Oh, if you didn't know, my brother is out of town right now because he told me he was going to be out of town when I moved here because he is doing a flight. He's a flight attendant. So he's doing that right now. And I know he has a couple friends that live by him that are also flight attendants, but I haven't met them. I've never talked to them, anything like that. So I keep nudging this guy, and I finally get into the house. After what? Like almost an hour, I finally get into the house. He was being so stubborn and not getting me into the house. He thought I was his other girl who he broke her heart, blah, 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 blah. I didn't know the story, and I really wasn't going to listen to a drunk man. I don't know him. So I just, okay, throw that in the past. I walk into the house. I get settled down, get food, whatever I had to do. Later, I end up heading to work, you know, doing what I have to do over the next week or so until my brother returns, because other than that, it's just me. I'm just living there by myself as of right now, since my brother is not there. And so when my brother arrives, well, he arrived, and then I came home from work. I did not know he was there yet. And when he was there, I seen two of his friends. One of them was a drunk guy that was outside the door when I first moved in. Of course, he did look a lot different than what he did when he was drunk, blacked out drunk. But yeah, it was kind of a shocker. Didn't know he was. My brother introduced me to him. His name's Tate. My brother introduced me to him. His name was Miles. And I'm like, hi. It was kind of a very awkward interaction because, you know, I met you when you were blacked out drunk in front of my brother's door. That was my first time meeting you. The a-hole from the elevator, the married guy, was there as well, which of course had to be one of my brother's idiotic friends. Had to be. And then there was another guy, I couldn't quite remember his name, but he was there as well, and he was honestly sweet. He was really nice. And so we moved past all that, the awkward interactions, everything like that, and I feel somebody staring at my behind as I'm cooking. And, you know, I think anybody can feel this. So I wasn't shocked when I turned around and I see Miles staring at my behind. I'm like, okay, whatever. So over the next couple weeks, almost a month, me and Miles start kicking it off. We start kicking it off. And, you know, we couldn't really kick it off because it's one of my brother's best friends. And my brother leaves here and there to go be on flights. Plot twist, Miles is a flight attendant as well. Didn't know that. And so me and him turned into kind of like a friends with benefits kind of thing, but in secret. We cannot let my brother find out this. And so Miles has this weird thing, no feelings, no anything that would like lead more, just sex. It's only sex. That is the only thing it can be. And he makes one rule. I cannot ask about his past. I mean, I really wasn't going to anyway, but as he continues making me think that there's something he's hiding, I want to ask, but you know, it's the one thing that's kind of off limits. So we continue going on, sneaking behind my brother's back, sneaking behind everybody's back, and you know, all the fun stuff. And then more things, he gets more comfortable with me. Way more comfortable, and stuff starts to come out slowly, but it does. And I find out one of the biggest things about him on why he is so broken and why he is who he is. And at the same time that's happening, my brother is finding out that me and his best friend have been, you know, having sex behind his back. And if you would like to hear more about what goes on in that book, that would be Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, and I guarantee you a lot of you have this on your TBR or have read it already. This kind of matches me. But this is a great book. You should read it. For me, I rated it a 4 out of 5. It wasn't my favorite Colleen Hoover book. I think it more so made me mad than it made me happy. But yeah, it is a great read. Majority of people do rate it 5 out of 5, and you will love it. So continue to read this book if you would like to know more on what happens next and what the secret is. Okay, my whole life has been crap. it's been crap because what I am. I live around a whole bunch of gods, and I didn't ask for this life. I just want to leave. I want to leave Olympias. I hate being around these conniving people who want nothing but the worst for you. And comes to find out, my mom is trying to have me set up for an arranged marriage with, let's call him the Zeus. One of the biggest gods in Olympias. And, I know his track record. I know. Any of his last wives have died. They have died mysteriously. Nobody knows, but we all know he killed them. We all know he killed them. And since Zeus is the most powerful, what am I to do to say no? And my mother, being as stubborn as she is, and she would do anything for her daughters, blah, 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 whether it be ruin their lives, knowing that he, has a track record of killing his wives. I'm fed up. I do not want this life. I don't even want to live in Olympias. But, I'm forced to. There's not really a way out. You cannot get out. If you do get out, you're dead. So it's not really a win-win situation for me. So after attending multiple balls, blah, 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 there was our semi to last ball. And this is when everybody wanted me and Zeus to, get married. Whatever stuff I did not want to do. All my sisters knew this. They all knew I didn't want to get married. Especially to him. That's like the worst person to get married to. Especially, he's evil. Everybody that works around him is evil. And he is a grown man. He is older than my mother. Like, why? I'm barely, of age. And so after this ball, I find it, easy. I want to escape. And I don't care about any of the consequences. I don't care if I die. I don't care anything. I refuse to be married to him. I refuse. So I'm like, okay, F it. We leave. We sneak out. We sneak out the ball and we start running. And then we stop running. We're just trying to get anywhere other than here. So we're just walking. And when you feel a presence behind you, I was just walking. And I could feel, it was not one presence, I felt more than one presence behind me. Like deep in the shadows, but I felt them behind me. And I was not getting a good feeling about this. I was nervous, I was scared, I felt like, this has to be Zeus's people. Like, he knows I escaped, he knows I don't want to do it, so he's coming after me. And I knew this, I knew he was. I knew I was probably going to be dead, but there's only one way out. And it wasn't even a way out. It was just the worst option. And I started picking up. I started running because I'm like, okay, they're going to kill me. At least I'm going to go out with a fight. So I start running. I start booking it. And if you know Olympias, you know that there is the river. The river you are forbidden to cross because mysterious, we don't know if he's real. Hades in the dark world is over there. It's in the lower half of the city. And nobody is allowed to cross. It is forbidden territory. None of the gods are allowed to cross because, there was a treaty that was signed. Nobody can cross this. Especially, why would you want to cross when there is this dark person that lives across we don't even know if he's real because he doesn't come out the shadows and you only hear bad things about him. But I'm like, honestly, it's either die or die, and I don't want to die by the hands of Hades. So I just book it. I keep booking. And I look at it. I think about it for a second. And I stop. Soon as I get in front of the river. Like the bridge. And I'm just sitting here. And I'm contemplating it. But I see somebody on the other side of this bridge. And I know that person can see the fear in my eyes. But honestly, I don't care. I'm going to make the choice. I feel these people getting closer to me, heavier on my back. They just keep coming. And I'm like, well, let's hope this person doesn't have it out for me. I run. I book it. Mind you, my feet are bloody. My knees are bloody. I've been hit. These people have thrown things at me. Well, I think I probably have a couple cuts at this point. And like my feet, it hurts so bad. I don't even think I can walk anymore. But I am going off of determination. I'm not going out without a fight. I run. I cross the river. Nothing feels off at the moment. And then I run into whoever this person's arms is. And this person smells great. Great. And I look up, I see the hottest man I've ever seen before. And I knew who he was. I knew who he was because rumors are rumors. But if people have seen somebody before, you're going to know what his face looks like, especially in Olympias. Everybody knows everything. I just ran into the arms of the most evilest person, evilest Dark Lord, Hades. I ran into his arms. And guess what? Everybody who says he was a killer, he hugged me back. I think he could feel the fear that was coming off of me at that time. And I'm like, okay, what did I just do? I pissed my mom off, I pissed Hades off, I probably pissed my sisters off, and now I'm probably going to die. But I'm confused right now because I'm not dead yet. Hades could have killed me. And he makes sure, like, first thing he does is take me off my feet because he realizes how bad, like, of shape they're in. And that shocked me because why do you care about me? Why do you care about me when you're the darkest ruler in Olympias? Why do you care about me? So I'm like, okay. I let him do what he does. But me being the stubborn person I am, I'm not doing it. My sisters know that me, Persephone, I'm probably the most stubborn. Like, I'm not going to put up with it. So he takes me back to his house, which honestly is really nice. It's coated in red, black, leather. And he has expressed this to me as soon as I walked in the house, and any other time I do something, he cares about his floors. He cares about his floors more than anything. Mind you, my feet were bloody at the time. I got blood on his floors. I did. But it's okay. He didn't kill me. Not right away, at least. I knew he had it planned, but he wasn't doing it yet. So I just keep asking him, if you're gonna do something, do it. Do it quickly. And mind you, this whole time, because he had me in a guest bedroom. Mind you, he's so hot, so evil, but I want nothing to do with this. I'd rather just be put out of my misery. The whole time he has me in here, these two people just come in and pop in. Like, he has these two little friends that just keep coming in. And one of them, she's a female, and she likes to push his buttons. And I've started to notice it. She has no respect or regard for any of his privacy. Her name is Hermes. She just keeps coming. She keeps coming. And I know it pisses him off. It pisses me off. And I hate how his friends treat him. But, like, I find myself in this situation, why do I care? Why do I care how he is being treated? But I'm also still confused because, of course, I care because this man, ever since he brought me here, he's wanted to know why I was running, even though that me crossing this line, this could start a war. This could start a war between Hades and Zeus. It could. And they know this. There was a treaty that was signed. Nobody can cross that river, and I crossed it. I broke that. And if Hades really wants me back as bad as he does, he's going to go to war about it. But back to what I was saying. Ever since I got here, he has been making me eat, taking care of me, healing all my wounds. But don't get me wrong, he's still an a-hole. He is still the biggest a-hole I've ever met. Yet he still is taking care of me. And then he comes forward with this deal. Because I'm like, just kill me, send me away, blah, blah, blah. And he knows that me being here could start a war. And he doesn't really want to get in a war because people don't even know he's real yet. And this deal leaves me confuzzled. I am confuzzled. And let's just say that this deal he made with me was very spicy. We had to do something in order for people to believe. Mind you, this was live. And if you want to hear more about this book, it is Neon Gods by Katee Roberts. And you should read it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. But yeah, that little spicy deal, great. This book, I would say, is a 9 out of 10 on spice. Or wait, should I do 5? 4.5 out of 5 out of spice. Great. And Hades has to be the hottest villain I've ever met. Met in my life. Same thing. But yeah, I rated this book a 5 out of 5. And you should read it too. Okay. So, My life has been going crappy. It has been so crappy. My parents died. Yep, my parents died, and now I have nowhere to live. I have no relatives, because where I live, none of my relatives live. And then we don't talk to my relatives. So, and the only person my dad had any connection with was my uncle. Not my full uncle, but my step uncle. And I've never met the man. Apparently, the man has 2 sons. One of them's really weird, from what my dad used to tell me, but I have to live with him. I have to move with him. I have to move to Colorado, somewhere I've never even been, with these people I don't even know nor trust. Mind you, I'm terrified. I'm terrified, yet concerned, scared, everything, because I'm just going to go live with people I don't know. And it blows my mind that I have to do this, but there's no other way. There's nothing else for me to do. So after like what? A couple weeks after my parents' death, I move. I moved to go live with my Uncle Jake. And let's just say, for an uncle, he is hot. He is hot. And I don't know why these thoughts are, you know, coming over me. It's weird. Why am I thinking this? Not only is he hot, but his 2 sons are hot. Mind you, one of them is mute. So when I come in and realize that one of them is mute, he doesn't even talk to me, even though I try to talk to him. One of them, sweetheart, he's nice. He's your average teenage boy. And my uncle, he's nice as well. But they have this mindset that takes me off. It does. They want me to cook, clean, everything, act like if I was his child. I need to learn how to do all this. I need to learn how to clean the horses. Mind you, they live in the mountains. And soon as I move up there, it just had to be best timing in the world, right? We get a weather advisory. Snowstorm. And apparently, these snowstorms happen frequently. I'm going to be stuck on this mountain with 3 men I barely even know for a month. The snowstorms can last up to a month, between 7 months. And you know, me thinking, okay, a month can't be that bad. I already have to live with them. Turns out it ends up being 9 or 7 months. I have to stay with them and live here with 3 men I do not know. And then the ones who just want me to do this stereotypical woman stuff, cook, clean. I mean, I was going to do that for myself, but you demanding it makes me not want to do it anymore. And so there's a lot of banter. Me and his sons go through a lot of banter, especially me and Caleb. It's very quiet since he does not talk banter. But when Caleb's mad at me, he's mad at me. And he makes it very known. And let's just say Uncle Jake, he starts to develop some feelings for me. And what's funny is that I start developing feelings for him. But not only him, his son and his other son. Especially the son that doesn't talk. Which makes it harder because what am I supposed to do with that? So not only do I feel weird about the whole situation, because what? These are like my step cousins. Things start to happen. Things start to gradually grow. And first it starts off at me going to the grocery store. And I just thought, okay, they forced me to come to the grocery store with them. This is going to be like a little normal grocery store trip. Because I'm the cooker anyway, so it's just going to be me. In this grocery store, I get like harassed by all their little dirt bike friends, all their little enemies that live here, all the boys' enemies. And that starts a lot of problems with these people and those people. The boys are not scared to get dirty, especially over little old me who they barely know. Okay, whatever. And then like a week later, I just want to go swimming, and a-hole from the store follows me and, you know, tries to make a move on me even though I told him no. And guess what? The boys come in surprisingly at the right time. And guess which one beats this dude? Not the one you're thinking. Caleb. Caleb does. The one who doesn't even talk, the one who makes it seem like he hates me, he beats this dude's face in for trying to mess with me. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And while all that's going on with me and them, me and their father, we're also meeting up sometimes in the car, doing blah, 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 behind his son's back. Mind you, with my uncle. And this whole time I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I gonna do? Because our agreement was after the snowstorm is over, I'm off. I'm leaving. I'm going back to college. I'm doing, whatever I have to do to leave. And they know this. And whenever they'll get mad, they'll bring it up. But this relationship with them, I start to realize that I develop feelings for all of them. And what am I going to do? And if you like that, read more of Credence by Penelope Douglas. And this spice level is definitely a 5 out of 5 for me. But the book for me was a 2 out of 5. And I will not be changing my mind on that. It is one of her books that I do not really enjoy because the plot really wasn't there. There was nothing other than, oh, we're stuck on a hill with creepy spice. Creepy. In my opinion, not really the trope I go for. But it was an old read. So can't be mad. You gotta read it, you gotta try it out. But I do recommend this book if you do want to, if you need more spice on your TBR, but only if you are okay with, it's not an incest trope, but it's a little incesty. But yeah, Credence by Penelope Douglas. Okay, so once again, why do I feel like I can never win? I can never win in these situations. My dad died. My mom also died a couple years ago, so life's just going real swell at the moment. But not only did my dad die, he cheated on my mother. And I'm like, okay, childhood has been a little rocky, but so what? But when my dad dies, a part of me left as well. But he left me something. He left me something when he died. And you are probably thinking, oh, he left me money. He left you like collectibles, something like that. Nope. He left me a beach house. In our vacation home. He promised my mother, he promised me that he would get us a beach house and we would have a place to go to. And his promise came true. One thing, even though he did cheat on my mother, he has always loved me and I've always loved my father. But I'm like, okay, mind you, I am an author. I am a world best-selling author and I haven't released the book in almost a year. Even though my editors have been telling me that my deadline is this, my deadline is that, I have not wrote. And so I'm like, okay, I need to go to this beach house. I need a little getaway. I need a getaway and I need to write. I need to force myself to write, even though that's probably not the best thing to do. I need to force myself to write. So I moved there. My best friend, my editor, everybody's calling me non-stop. And then throughout me unpacking and doing whatever I needed to do, I get bored and I want some coffee. And I don't know coffee places around here. I don't know if they're any good. So I go to the closest one near me. And I order some coffee. And as I'm ordering coffee, someone's order comes up behind me. And of course you're going to look whenever that person is. He gets the coffee. And guess who it is? None other than my enemy from college, my rival, my whole life, the opposite author of me who has been trying to beat me and belittle me every single chance he got, August. And of course, he just had to be there. He had to be on this one little island where I'm stuck at all summer. He just had to be there. And when we first noticed, he acts like he doesn't know me. And quite frankly, I do the exact same thing. I don't want him to know that I know. Of course we know each other, but I'm not about to point it out. I already don't want him knowing that, I'm here. So I get home and I'm trying to, calm that all down. Mind you, while I was at the bookstore, I got offered to join book club. Because, it's what one does. And so I get back home and I go out to take the garbage out, just chilling. Mind you, there is this window in this beach house that connects with the neighbors right across. I can see right into their house, I can see right into mine. I take the garbage out, I come back in, and I sit at this table because the dining room table was at this window, and I get my computer out. I need to write. I need to force myself to write if I'm not going to do it any other way. And I look up. I see a shirtless Gus in the window. And of course, my enemy have to live right across from me. He has to be my neighbor. Like, is fate just like, you know, here, with the one person I despise more than anybody else? He has to be right here. I'm fed up. I call my best friend immediately, and I act like I never even witnessed it, ever. Mind you, not only was he shirtless in the window, he was playing some ridiculously loud music, and it was making me mad because I'm trying to write. So can you at least be a decent neighbor? No, I know. I guess Gus can't do anything. He can't do anything but despise me. So I immediately called my best friend. I started telling her. And over these next couple weeks of me not getting anywhere with my writing, me and Gus, we keep running into each other more. At the book club, everything, we keep running into each other more. And he is a pain in my behind. He is. And I know he knows he is. But after book club, guess what? I'm stubborn and I was going to take a taxi home. But actually, I wasn't. I'm stubborn and I was going to walk home. But it was pouring rain. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to call an Uber. And Gus was like, are you really going to call an Uber? I don't even know where the closest one is. Just let me take you home. And I sat there just thinking to myself, he's going to kill me. He's probably going to kill me. You know, arch nemesis, he's probably going to kill me. So I'm like, you know what? After a lot of convincing, I am very stubborn. I get in the car. And let's just say that car ride was something else, something we both weren't expecting. And, you know, there was a lot of tension. In this car ride. And so when we got home, we just kind of went our separate ways. We went in the house. We didn't speak to each other, anything. We went in the house. And so continue on over the next couple weeks. Me and him start becoming a little closer. A little bit closer. And he has this idea. Since he's also trying to write a book and I'm trying to write a book, you know, we could help each other out. But his idea, it was a mutual idea. So he is a fantasy, sci-fi writer. I'm a romance writer. And mind you, he despises romance and I despise sci-fi. Like, I have no interest in what he does and he has no interest in what I do, which makes our competition a little bearable. And so over this time, we have an idea. Since neither of us can write a book, I'm going to take him on dates that are romance, and he's going to take me on dates that are sci-fi. Like, whether that be meeting up with a cult leader, or whether that be going out on a nice dinner date, or going on a picnic, we are going to kind of show each other what it is to write like us. And at the end, you don't know what happens, because this love, this angst is building up, because you got the enemies. We're enemies. I hate him. But he also is helping me write a book. And if you like what you're hearing, then can read Beach Read by Emily Henry. This book was a 5 out of 5 for me. Ooh, that broke in my book bag. This book was a 5 out of 5 for me. It's kind of rom-com-ish a little bit, but it's a very contemporary read. It is a really nice romance, and spice levels are like, what, 2 out of 5? It's not really a spicy book, but it is a great read, and you should read it. And yeah, okay. So me, I am just trying to live out my best life. Love has never really, came to me. I had love in the past, but he left me. And it was very heartbreaking, because I will continue on to have to see this man for the rest of my life. He is my sister's husband's brother. Yep, it's his brother. So any family event I will have to see. But luckily, my family lives in Spain. Me, I'm a New York girl. I had to move there for my job. And in my job, you know, I like to think that I have a successful job and it's going all good. But there is this human in my job who seems to think I have it out for him. We hate each other. He got the promotion. He got the promotion I wanted, but it's okay. A woman working with all men who you can't, not even you being a woman, you being a Mexican woman, you continue to get attacked. You continue to get attacked by these men. And this man who you have done everything to be nice to, what? When he first got his office, you got him a new mug. You got him everything. You tried to be nice. But he didn't want to play games. He wanted to play dirty. So you guys have beef. We have beef. We literally have beef, and I have it out for him. I really don't care. And let's call him Aaron. His name is Aaron, and I despise him. He makes working hell. He makes it hell. Not only him, the guys around him who like to sexualize me make it hell as well. And yet him, as one of the top managers, doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything. But what puts the icing on the cake is he's an eavesdropper. Me and my best friend, we're talking. I have to go to my sister's wedding. But I have no date to my sister's wedding. And mind you, this wedding is all the way out in Spain. I have no date. What am I going to do? I show up there with my ex there and buy my family and get humiliated? No, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. That is embarrassing. So I'm over here thinking, me and my best friend are thinking of plans on who am I going to fake? Who am I going to fake a boyfriend? What am I going to do? Am I going to go on a website? Am I just going to tell them he couldn't make it? He couldn't make it. Because I cannot show up single. I can't. It's embarrassing. And little Miss Eavesdropper over here jumps in and says, I'll be your date. Why would I want him to be my date? You make my life a living hell. You're just, what? Do you think it's funny? He must think it's funny to play games. He must. Okay, my best friend, she's cut off. She's making it no better, telling him, okay, yeah, be your date. Making it no better. She's making it harder. So now I'm stuck in this pickle, and I'm not going with him. I refuse to have him as my date. This white man around my family who might judge me? Because I'm going to be dating my manager? Oh, that looks so unprofessional. Because my ex, he was my professor. They're just gonna think I'm, on a roll. I'm on a roll. So weeks passed. He's still giving me hell on hell in work. Whether it becomes meetings. But since everybody likes to pick on me in work, I have been assigned with one of the hardest tasks to do for the upcoming festival. And I stay up all night. I do not leave work because this is hard. I've never done it. They just wanted to be an a-hole and give it to me. So I'm sitting here. I am starving. I have not ate all day. My favorite place to eat, fish taco truck. Yet, haven't ate. I wanted it, but this has to get done first because it's due and I waited till the last minute. But I get thirsty. And I'm like, okay, I cannot keep ignoring my hunger. I cannot. So I get up and I go get some water. But on the way to get water, I faint. I just had to faint. I had to faint. Because, what else happens to a girl that doesn't eat? And then I wake up. In the arms of none other than Aaron. Aaron, the one person I make it clear that I hate. He makes it clear that he hates me 10 times more. I wake up in his arms. And mind you, I'm still at work. I'm still on the job. And now I'm at my desk again, and he has got me this granola bar. Mind you, I didn't want to eat the granola bar at first because I'm like, okay, you're trying to poison me. That's what you're doing. You're trying to poison me. But this granola bar single-handedly has had to be the best granola bar I have ever had. It looked homemade. Clearly it was homemade. No way he made it. No way this man makes granola bars by himself. I don't think Satan would do that, but clearly Satan has a couple tricks up his sleeve. Other than of saving me when I passed out. Wouldn't you want me to die, Satan? Anyways, he offers to help me with the project I am working on. And, you know, me being me, I deny. I deny the help. I don't want the help. I don't want help from you. I don't want that. So we keep going. And, you know, terms come, terms go. We make a deal. We make a deal. I feel like the deal is a setup. I tell him he does not have to do this, whether he wants to or not. He does not have to do this. If I help him out at a fundraiser he goes to, he'll be my date to my sister's wedding. All the way insane. Mind you, my family only speaks Spanish. And, you know, I'm like, deal. I still feel as if it's a setup. But then I go to the fundraiser with him, you know. Apparently, Mr. Aaron here used to be a pro football player. Didn't know that. Didn't know that about him. But we keep going. Mind you, not only is Aaron a pain in my behind, he's hot. He's hot. Everybody knows he's hot. All the girls fangirl over him. Me, I'm not. He gives me hell. And I will continue saying that because he does. So, things go on, and I'm like, okay. You know what? I guess you have to be my date to my sister's wedding. So I'm telling my family, blah, 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 that he's going to be my date. And the one time I do not answer my phone, when my mother's calling, Aaron answers the phone. Apparently he has learned a little bit of Spanish. Apparently. So he could talk to my parents. So he can learn my whole family members, because we're fake dating right now. We are fake dating. And I know this news is about to spread across my whole family. I have a boyfriend. Life's not going good. And then we have to fly to the wedding. The day's here. I'm panicking. We have to fly to the wedding. And if you are enjoying that little plot line, you should read The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. And this book, oh my gosh, Aaron Blackford, chef's kiss. Chef. I love this man with my whole life. Goodness. And this book was just a 10 out of 10 for me. I mean, 5 out of 5, not 10 out of 10, because I can't really rate it. 10 out of 10. But, and this is like a slow burn on top of slow burn. You do not get any action besides angst until page 300 and something. But when you do, that's level what? 4 out of 5? I'd say 4 out of 5. Because while it was there, it was there. It was there and it was strong. It was strong, girl. Goodness. If I could reread this book for the first time, I would. And I think I might. Because the way, let me not say anymore. Just go read this book. It is a great book, and you know, you should read it. But yeah, that is it for today's video. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe. And leave me more recommendations if you would like a part 2, or if you would like to keep hearing these story times. If you like the story times, let me know. But if you just like me, you know, talking about the plot, it's better than this. I don't think so, but just let me know and I'll do that. And my video coming out next week will be, it'll be great. But like I said, only if it's a good angle. But yeah, love you guys. Enjoy.